Hello and welcome to the Liberty Wings 2020 Community College of the Air Force and Joint Academic Recognition Ceremony. Please stand by for the playing of the British National Anthem and singing of the American National Anthem performed by Technical Sergeant Shaquana Husband and invocation given by Chaplain Michael Bailey.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
As we enter into this time of prayer, please join me according to your personal beliefs. Heavenly Father, thank you for your grace and mercy, for the promise that you will make all things right, and for allowing me to come to you in prayer. Thank you for these graduates we honor and celebrate with today. I pray that you bless their effort, the many hours, and the energy they spent in completing this degree. Looking ahead, please give them the wisdom to apply their newfound knowledge in every aspect of their lives, in and out of uniform. Help us all to live each day in a way that is faithful to your calling upon our lives. Strengthen our families who bear the burden of our military service. Protect our children and our marriages. Heal our nation, right our wrongs. Give us wisdom to recognize the injustice and the courage to stand against it wherever it may be found. And help us all to bring honor to you as we continue to serve our nation. Amen.
Thank you, Technical Sergeant Shaquana Husband and Chaplain Michael Bailey. Ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome to today's academic recognition ceremony. I am Technical Sergeant Jose Ibarra from the 48th Operations Support Squadron.
And I'm Technical Sergeant Samuel Rocha from the 48th Communication Squadron.
For opening comments and introduction of our guest speaker, Chief Master Sergeant Terrence Boyd, please welcome Commander, 48th Fighter Wing, Colonel William Marshall, and Command Chief, 48th Fighter Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Mark Sholkoff.
Good afternoon, friends, family, airmen, and graduates. On behalf of the 48th Fighter Wing leadership, congratulations on achieving your CCAF. Although this platform may be a deviation from the normal sequence of events, it should not take away from the value of your accomplishments.
Be proud of this moment. Obtaining a CCAF is a major milestone in an enlisted airman's career. All your sacrifices do not go unnoticed by your supervisors, leadership, and your family. Juggling work and school is no easy task and deserves the utmost respect and acknowledgement.
Use this degree to grow and develop as a leader in the United States Air Force. Mentor your fellow peers and airmen, and most of all, continue learning. Push yourself to absorb any and all knowledge as much as possible.
We'd like to introduce now your guest speaker. Chief Master Sergeant Terrence D. Boyd from the 48th Civil Engineer Squadron, joining the Liberty Wing from the CCAF headquarters at Gunner Annex, Alabama.
First, let's put things into perspective. Most commencement speeches have people like Oprah Winfrey and Will Ferrell. Well, Liberty Airmen, you got me. And for that, I apologize. But if you want someone to blame, if this goes wrong or too long, his name is Chief Shokoff. But I hope to make this commencement speech somewhat funny and inspirational. But if it's not, I promise to be short, sweet, and brief. So if you indulge this old chief for a few minutes, I want you to imagine if you had one shot, one opportunity, would you take it? Would you seize it? Would you let it slip? Think about it. So while you consider that, let me first start off by saying thank you to Colonel Marshall and Chief Shokoff for giving me this opportunity to be today's guest speaker. I want to also welcome all commanders, fellow chiefs, and Liberty Wing Airmen, and most importantly, you, the graduates of today. When I was asked to speak at today's graduation, I thought, what an honor, because I tell you, I am something like a community college of the Air Force groupie. In fact, I have a tattoo of the college. I'm not going to tell you exactly where it is, but know that it's strategically located between the Airman's Creed and Tweety Bird. Nevertheless, I plan to give you an authentic college speech. So I prepared for this in the same manner that most of you potentially prepared for homework. Late nights, around 11 o'clock, with a beverage of choice and Wikipedia. Of course, I'm kidding. In reality, I wrote this speech about a year ago when I was sitting in my office at the actual Community College of the Air Force Administrative Center, located in Montgomery, Alabama, across the street from the Barnes Center for Enlisted Education headquarters. I tell you, it was a humbling experience. And what I discovered was that they were not your average institution. Collectively, they underwrite all enlisted development and education afforded by congressional mandates in support of the National Defense Strategy. And today's graduation highlights that support. For some of you, this is your first associate's degree. For others, you may be the first one in your family to receive a college degree. Nevertheless, what an amazing milestone. In highlighting this milestone, I would like to share some facts with you, a peek behind the curtain, if you will, into the enterprise that supported you reaching this critical point. Then I will like to highlight how education shapes and motivates you in striving for more. And finally, I would like to offer you some words to help you in your future education endeavors. As you listen to this speech, ask yourself, does today represent the finish line or continual journey for knowledge and understanding? Today, you're graduating from America's largest community college, which was birthed by idea and ultimately signed into federal law in 1972 by President Ford. This vision was to provide educational opportunities to each airman, and today is no different. The college comprised of civilians, military, and contractors from 34 different Air Force specialties, roughly 90 dedicated men and women who support over 64,000 faculty members across 111 campuses, with a student population of 268,000 total force airmen. To date, the college conferred over 500,000 degrees, which fused the higher education platform. And during my time at the college, I often reflect on how education not only serves you professionally, but it also can be a force multiplier in your personal life. And to help me shape this narrative, I would like to introduce you to someone I call my Shiro. This person was my grandmother, who did not finish high school, but was key in teaching me that education is powerful and a useful tool to attract and impact people. She often quoted people like Mark Twain saying, "Never let your schooling get in the way of your education." And through her teaching and example, I realized that education was not just about getting a degree, but it played a critical role in the circle of life. It built inner strength to overcome hurdles and challenges when faced with adversity. She often said that education gives you the footing and the courage to fight against the odds. It provides you with wisdom and discernment to know the difference between good and bad. it helps cultivate personality, skill, and how we react to this thing we call life. Education is a journey from insanity to sanity, from the dark to the light. It defines you. It's who you are. It gives you the power to be the change you want. And much like the Marvin Gaye song titled, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, education has no boundaries. Education is like a bright light which brightens up your life. It never discriminates. No matter how much you take from it, the light will never go out. It only gets brighter. Lastly, much like my grandmother did for me, education identifies who you are, who you want to be, because it's about a journey and an opportunity that's not yet seen. Now, I ask you again, if you had one shot, one opportunity, would you take it? Would you seize it? Would you let it slip? In wrapping this up, I would like to share some parting words to help you on your journey. First, commitment, which simply means stay committed to a lifetime of learning. Secondly, consistency, being consistent in your purpose and action. And next, aptitude and attitude, which will launch you to new elevations. And finally, focus, which means not losing heart when things get tough. Simply put, this is what your degree from the college represents. Now, before I drop the mic, I would like to leave you with an excerpt from a poem titled Our Deepest Fears by Mary Ann Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be bright, gorgeous, handsome, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Liberty Wing graduates, I want to say thank you for being the best part of the Airman's College experience. Thank you for making today and tomorrow brighter, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Chief Terrence Boyd.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Community College of the Air Force concept evolved in the early 1970s as a means of gaining accreditation and recognition for Air Force training. The Secretary of the Air Force approved the activation plan on January 25, 1972, and the college was established on April 1, 1972, at Randolph Air Force Base, Texas. The college awarded its first associate degree in applied science in April of 1977. In November 2008, CCAF moved to Gunter Annex, Alabama, following its realignment under Air University's Barnes Center for Enlisted Education. With more than 305,000 registered students, the college is the largest multi-campus community college in the world. Since issuing its first degree in 1977, the college has awarded more than 400,000 associate and applied science degrees.
In keeping with Community College of the Air Force commencement tradition, we will now present the Pitzenbarger Awards. The Air Force Association's Pitzenbarger Award is a scholarship named in honor of Medal of Honor recipient Airman First Class William H. Pitzenbarger. He was a pararescueman who was killed in the line of duty during the Vietnam War while rendering aid to an Army unit under heavy attack by a Viet Cong battalion. The Pitzenbarger Award provides a one-time grant of $400 from the Air Force Association to one graduate per graduating class for the Air Force enlisted personnel graduating from the Community College of the Air Force who plan to pursue a baccalaureate degree. This year, RAF Lakenheath was awarded 2 scholarships. From the 48th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Staff Sergeant Kane Mitchell. From the 748th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Staff Sergeant Nicholas Chrissy.
Next, we will present the 48th Fighter Wing's First Sergeant Council Scholarship for all fall and spring semester graduates. This award, in the amount of $500, is presented to a staff sergeant or below who is continuing their educational goals post-Community College of the Air Force degree. After tough competition, the wing winner of this year's First Sergeant Scholarship Award is, from the Air Force Legal Operations Agency, Staff Sergeant Fatima Robbins. And finally, it is with great pleasure that we present to you our 2020 graduates.
And now from the 48th Medical Group. From the 48th Aerospace Medicine Squadron, receiving an Associate's in Practical Nursing Technology, Senior Airman Natasha Brooks. In Public Health Technology, Senior Airman Chanel Childs. In Bioenvironmental Engineering Technology, Senior Airman Enzo Guastavino. From the 48th Inpatient Operations Squadron, receiving an Associate's in Practical Nursing Technology, Staff Sergeant Jennifer Paxton. From the 48th Medical Operations Squadron, receiving an Associate in Practical Nursing Technology, Senior Airman Adedamola Adeniran. and Mental Health Services, Senior Airman Stephanie Cosby. From the 48th Aerospace Medicine Support Squadron, receiving an associate in Biomedical Equipment Technology, Senior Airman Prantik Gupta. In Healthcare Management, Staff Sergeant Robert Norman. In Healthcare Management, Staff Sergeant Christine Paul. And Pharmacy Technology, Senior Airman Christina Wilson. From the 48th Surgical Operations Squadron, receiving an Associate's in Practical Nursing Technology, Senior Airman Ariel Pace. And now from the 48th Maintenance Group, receiving an Associate's in Aircraft Armament Systems Technology, Staff Sergeant Rodolfo Avelar. In Maintenance Production Management, Technical Sergeant Curtis Heath. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Technical Sergeant Jeffrey Smith. From the 748th Aviation Maintenance Squadron, receiving an Associate's in Aviation Maintenance Technology, Airman First Class Daniel Allred. In Avionics Systems Technology, Staff Sergeant Nicholas Chrissy. In Avionics System Technology, Airman First Class Brendan Hine. In Avionics Systems Technology, Technical Sergeant Eugene McComber. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Airman First Class George Pockner. In Armament Systems Technology, Staff Sergeant Rita Smith. From the 48th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, receiving an Associate's in Aviation Maintenance Technology, Senior Airman Christopher Ferrante. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Technical Sergeant Christopher Cobb. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Staff Sergeant Milton Whitaker. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Senior Airman Young Yi Yang. From the 48th Component Maintenance Squadron, receiving Associates in Aviation Maintenance Technology, Staff Sergeant Tyler Andrus. In Avionics Systems Technology, Senior Airman Madeline Brown. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Senior Airman Daniel Bryson. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Staff Sergeant Morgan Dezelle. In Avionics Systems Technology, Technical Sergeant Rashawn Jeffries. In Avionics Systems Technology, Staff Sergeant Amber Mulrain. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Staff Sergeant Alexander Roberts. In Avionics Systems Technology, Airman First Class Jared Smuda. In Avionics Systems Technology, Staff Sergeant Travis Sperlin. In Avionics Systems Technology, Senior Airman Dylan Stringer. From the 48th Equipment Maintenance Squadron, receiving an Associate's in Aircraft Structural Maintenance Technology, Staff Sergeant Joel Campbell. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Staff Sergeant Jacob Cobb. In Aerospace Ground Equipment Technology, Staff Sergeant DeMontez Fisher. In Aircraft Structural Maintenance Technology, Senior Airman Jeremy Puentes. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Master Sergeant Alan Hedeline. In Aerospace Ground Equipment Technology, Staff Sergeant Joshua Meyer. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Technical Sergeant Randall Ogozalek. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Staff Sergeant Kyle Willis. From the 48th Munitions Squadron, receiving an Associate's in Munitions Systems Technology, Technical Sergeant Ray Leah. In Munitions System Technology, Senior Airman Devontae Marshall. In Munitions Systems Technology, Staff Sergeant Raven Million. In Munitions System Technology, Technical Sergeant Adam Mills. In Munitions System Technology, Staff Sergeant Riley Wynn. And now from the 48th Mission Support Group. From the 48th Civil Engineering Squadron, receiving an Associate in Construction Technology, Senior Airman Kahuna Halt. From the 48th Communication Squadron, receiving an Associate in Information Systems Technology, Technical Sergeant Brett DeVore. In Information Systems Technology, Staff Sergeant Craig Mitchener. In Electronic Systems Technology, Airman First Class Corbin Rausch. From the 48th Force Support Squadron, receiving an associate in Instructor of Technology and Military Science, Staff Sergeant Brittany Dolney. Hospitality and Fitness Management, Senior Airman Badolia Hamid. Hospitality and Fitness Management, Staff Sergeant Kathy Hernandez. From the 48th Logistics Readiness Squadron, receiving an Associate's in Vehicle Maintenance, Technical Sergeant Jonathan Allen. In Logistics, Master Sergeant Brian Edwards Turner. In Logistics, Staff Sergeant Wyatt Lavoy. In Logistics, Staff Sergeant Stephanie Norris. In Transportation, Technical Sergeant Jason Garcia. From the 48th Security Forces Squadron, receiving an Associate in Criminal Justice, Staff Sergeant Gavin Maramonti. In Criminal Justice, Senior Airman Alexis Priest. In Criminal Justice, Technical Sergeant Philip Sneed.
And now from the 48th Operations Group. From the 48th Operations Support Squadron, receiving an Associate in Survival Instructor, Staff Sergeant Derek Day. In Intelligence Studies and Technology, Airman First Class Kevin Adnalino. In Intelligence Studies and Technology, Staff Sergeant Tommy Kinsavath. In Aircrew Safety Systems Technology, Senior Airman Lorik Zachary. In Aircrew Safety Systems Technology, Senior Airman Logan Ray. In Intelligence Studies and Technology, Tech Sergeant Samantha Ziegler. From the 492nd Fighter Squadron, receiving an Associate's in Intelligence Study and Technology, Senior Airman Kiana Harrell.
And now from the 48th Wing Safety, receiving an Associate in Occupational Safety, Technical Sergeant James Goggins. From the 18th Intelligence Squadron, Detachment 4, receiving an Associate in Intelligence Studies and Technology, Technical Sergeant Christopher Schleisman. From the 372nd Training Squadron, receiving an Associate in Aviation Maintenance Technology, Technical Sergeant Sonny Davidson. An Instructor of Technology and Military Science, Technical Sergeant Corey Hamilton. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Staff Sergeant Jared Jarrell. An Instructor of Technology and Military Science, Staff Sergeant Jared Jarrell. In Aviation Maintenance Technology, Technical Sergeant Nestor Matos Rodriguez. In Aerospace Ground Equipment Technology, Staff Sergeant Grant Shin. An Instructor of Technology and Military Science, Staff Sergeant Grant Shin. In Avionics System Technology, Technical Sergeant Vincent Serpecki. An Instructor of Technology and Military Science, Technical Sergeant Vincent Serpecki.
And now the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University presentations. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Aeronautics, Christopher Barnes, Timothy Johnson, David Midiette, Brian Sanchez, and Kenneth Wood. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Technical Management, Troy Napier. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Emergency Services, Andrew Cranfill. And receiving a Master of Science in Project Management, Douglas Davis.
And now the University of Maryland Global Campus presentations. Receiving an Associate of Arts in General Studies, Computer Studies, Rihanna Franklin Allen, and Linda Uthawong Burr. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management, Nicolette Heath. Receiving an Associate of Arts in General Studies, Management Studies, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, and a Certificate in Human Resource Management, Morgan Kaywood. And receiving a Master of Business Administration, Nicole Chavarria Bennett.
And now the University of Oklahoma presentations. Receiving a Master of Human Relations, Arvin Baldorado and Tracy Pentel. Receiving a Master of International Relations, Janice Perez.
Finally, we would also like to extend a thank you to all squadron commanders, group superintendents, chiefs, first sergeants, supervisors, family members, and friends viewing today's ceremony. Without your support and encouragement, these students would not be here today. Your investment in the future of these students is also an investment in the future of our great country and our Air Force. Commanders and supervisors, you have offered time and consideration to their studies. Family members and friends, you have offered them moral support and encouragement over the years. And finally, the faculty and staff of our outstanding on-base academic institutions, Force Development Flight, and Education Center, you have provided structure and support to enable these students to achieve academic excellence. Your combined efforts have helped bring them to this milestone, and now we want to wish them well as they prepare to continue their individual journeys to even greater academic and personal achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. At this time, we would like to offer a final congratulations to all graduates and a special thanks to all supporters for their contributions to today's ceremony.